All right, if you don't understand DeFi yet, then you're losing money. That's as simple as it gets, right? And you might be like, okay, why? Here's the reason. If you do some small side job or something like that, right, and someone pays you a little bit of money or a couple grand or something like that, and you just accept it in cash and you keep it under the table, maybe it's because you don't want to pay taxes on it, or because for whatever reason, like you just prefer cash. Let's say you keep it in cash, right? 12 months from now, that's going to be worth a whole lot less than what you think it is because of inflation. Now let's say that you're like, all right, well, I'll put it in my bank account. That way it becomes easier to work with and I earn a little bit of interest. How much interest are you earning? Maybe 0.5%, if like you're being really honest or generous. And that's awful, because 0.5% of interest is nowhere near keeping up with normal like inflation, which is like 2%. By the way, this year it's a whole lot more than that. It's already hit like official numbers way higher than 2%, right? I think last time I checked it was 4%. And if you look at the metrics, it's not going to get any better. So really you stick it in a bank account and it's more like you're putting a Band-Aid on it. You just made it something that's easier to work with. Listen, I get it. Now, what would you say if you could earn 8% or 10% on your money that you make doing whatever, side jobs or big jobs, or whether your whole business is based on, working with cash or cash flow business? What if you could earn 8% on your cash, your current cash balance? Now, I'm not talking about making an investment. I'm talking about like your actual cash account, liquid cash, liquid money that's easy to access, easy to use. Well, that's what's happening right now in the DeFi space, right? You have groups like BlockFi, which is, you can think of it kind of like a bank, but it deals with cryptocurrency. Or there's, Aave, or lots of different types of, groups like BlockFi. Probably BlockFi is perhaps the one with the widest reach and the biggest reputation, maybe because of how long they've been around. But the point is this, is that if you haven't heard of DeFi, decentralized finance, and maybe it's because you've been, living under a rock, maybe it's because technology generally scares you, maybe it's because you or someone you love is, older than 50 and it's just not the most comfortable thing for you, and that's okay. You don't necessarily need to know how it all works, but you just need to know that if your money stays in cash or in the bank, then you're losing massive amounts of the value of that money while you sleep today, and you'll continue to lose that. Now, a solution to that problem is decentralized finance, which means you're able to transact easily and digitally, just like you're transacting through like a bank transfer or PayPal or Venmo or something like that, except you're using it through BlockFi. Because it's decentralized, it is not a bank, and so you don't have the same fees, you don't have the same downfalls of the banking system, and yet you're still able to have your cash and access to it, and it's not tied to volatility. I'm not talking about investing in Bitcoin. If you're scared that that's a scam, or you're scared it's going to be too volatile and you don't want to put your cash in, like, that's totally fine. I'm just talking about using an account through a decentralized financing system like BlockFi. It's backed up by blockchain technology, and you're earning 8%, 10% on your cash account. Like, I'm not talking about investment. I'm just talking about the money that's sitting there. And you might say, well, I love that, but what if I need to buy a hamburger or cheeseburger? You can have your money like that easy. You can use it to transact. And so I'm just saying, like, this is a little bit of a rant, but like you need to know and embrace that that's the way transactions will happen in the future. So you might as well learn it now and get used to it and take advantage of the fact that you can still earn 8 and 10% on your money just for letting it sit there in those accounts. And so why not be an early adopter? You're going to have to be an adopter someday, and that day is coming quickly anyway, so make it happen today. If that resonates with you, I'm going to be dropping more videos about DeFi, blockchain, helping you get comfortable with the idea of making this digital transformation. Listen, I get it. Change is not always comfortable for anyone. Maybe it's not comfortable for you, but you must embrace it now, because if you don't, the changes that are happening and will continue to happen associated with a change in the world order and the change in the economy are going to bowl you over, and they're going to bowl over your business and the teams that you've built and your family and your personal wealth. And so if you want to avoid all that, now's the time to get familiar with how to use decentralized financing. So make sure you subscribe, click the little bell thing so you know when my next video drops, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in.